What's going on, guys? So just received this today. This is going to be the final camcorder that I add to my lineup. Those of you that watch the channel, you know that I have the Panasonic 991, Panasonic 981, the Canon G21, and now this Sony 4K AX53. And I'll exactly tell you guys why I purchased one after we get through with the unboxing. So let's dig in and see what we have. Okay, so right here we have a bunch of nonsense that nobody cares about. Charging wire, it looks like. Maybe this is actually the charging wire. Okay, well this is something that goes into a brick, so this might actually be the charger. This one might be for transferring data. Got another cord here. This one's an HDMI cord. Okay, so here's the power cord right here. Back here we've got the battery. I'll go ahead and take out of the plastic. Now I did actually order a much larger battery than this, even though this one is actually pretty substantial. It's a nice sized battery. Okay, last but not least, okay, so with the camcorder out of the box, I can already see that we have a cool little extendable viewfinder like the Canon G21 and the Panasonic 991. So that's a nice little feature there. Now, where is it? Okay. So right in here would be the microphone jack, which is nice that it's on the outside of the unit. Down here we've got the headphone jack. Hello, Mavis. We're zooming. SD card slot, HDMI port, night shot. This is for the night vision, which this is one of the main purposes of me having this camcorder. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and insert the battery. It's actually a little bit harder than expected. So one thing about this camcorder, you can see that the battery actually does stick out quite far. Now the battery pack I ordered for it's going to stick out to about here. I really don't like the way they incorporated the battery to be so like obnoxious, because especially if you're going to use the viewfinder, you really have to make sure it's like up, or you're going to be like smacking your face against that. That's kind of a little bit of a flaw there, if you ask me. Let's go ahead and power it on. Should power on. Alright, here we go. Power button. Maybe it's dead. Tell me it came dead. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. So down back here is where we charge it. And it's got this weird looking tipped wire, and it's already not exactly easy to get in there. Alright, got it in there. There we go. Okay, so right here you can see operational, but the thing I wanted to show you guys, which was pretty cool about this, check out the lens. It literally has a built-in gimbal inside of it. Now, as far as I'm aware, Sony is the only company to actually come out with a camcorder that has what is essentially the floating lens. So I did pay attention to my comments. A lot of people do say my hands are a little bit shaky when I'm recording. So this will, as you can see, aid with that to give you a more smooth shot. As you can see, it's a lot better. Next thing, as you can see, I just switched it into night shot, and we've got a good green infrared. So, and it's just a press of a button, which is nice. Whereas the Panasonics, you actually have to go through the menus. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the night shot turning on now. Alright, and there you go. There's our little infrared light on. So that's actually what the camera uses to see. However, I don't use the stock infrared lights. I have these ghost lights, which obviously they have a lot more, so it makes for a much more brighter scenery than just the stock single does. The only thing I am a little bit weary of with this camera is I do like how the other camcorders have the lens hoods. This one does not have one, so it's a little bit more of a risk if something were to happen where it falls forward. While it's on, there's really not a whole lot of anything that's going to protect it. So for my subscribers that watch, this is the 981, and the 991 I actually have out in the car, but it's pretty much the same thing. These are going to be mounted on tripods for paranormal investigations to be able to give you a nice viewed area. The Canon G21, which is exactly what I'm filming with right now, is going to be used for the doll shot. This is the camcorder that's going to keep an eye on the doll, the K2 meter, and also the flashlight if it's available, because it does not have infrared. And actually, viewing the doll and the other lights without infrared might be a little bit better because you'll get a more clear picture of when lights are coming on and off. The Sony, what my hopes and intentions are, is that this will become my handheld, so that way it's not as shaky when we're going up and down inclines where it's, you know, hard, or if I'm spinning around fast hearing a thump or being spooked by something, it's not going to jolt the camera around. This has a much better stabilization feature than any of these other camcorders have. Now I will say, with that being said, I'm not knocking any of the other camcorders I have. I still favor the Panasonics, especially the 991. That is my 100% go-to camcorder. I'm just taking advantage of some of the features that this one has, along with the fact that, like I said, I'm listening to your guys' comments, and my hand is a little bit jittery, and I do kind of violently swing the camera sometimes. So we're going to give this one a shot and see if that helps, because obviously the viewing experience is something that I want you guys to find pleasurable. So I hope this was a good investment. Price on this is about $900, so I really hope it was a good investment. Let me know down in the comment, guys, what you think. And also, don't forget, you can help me out with some of this stuff if you're looking to help support the cost of the equipment, or if you're looking for me to get other things. I do have a Patreon account now. That will be down in the description. You'll be able to find a link there if you're interested. I do have 3 tiers now. One of them is for $2, one is for $5, and one is for $10. Basically, there is something that you will be able to receive being in there, but I'm not going to try to sell you one. It's totally up to you if you choose to or not. Also, don't forget to check out the merch shop, as there is 2 brand new t-shirt designs in there. I'll show a photo up here in the corner now so you guys can see that. Go ahead over and check those out. So anyway, pretty soon we will be field testing this camera, and hopefully it works out pretty well. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Catch you guys in the next one.
The apocalypse.